Evening, folks. Welcome to this show. A little bit later than normal, but I've decided I'm just going to put the camera back a bit. I decided that if I put it a little bit later, then there's less chance of me actually being late. So there we go. Right, let's have a look. Oh my gosh, loads of you already chatting. Loads and loads and loads. Let's have a look at who's already in there waiting. Who was first in tonight? Denise, welcome. Good, Denise. Welcome to the show. We got Denise, we got Lynn, Julia Evans. Good to see all y'all. And basically, it's all you three. Three of you. Actually, no, there's six people watching the show, but no likes yet. Come on, what's going on? No likes on the show yet? What's happening? Don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to share. It's really important that you guys share the show. Like buttons are really important, especially when we're working on YouTube. The likes are they're basically looked sort of, I don't know, it's something that happens with YouTube, and they kind of like assess the show based on likes and based on sharing and stuff like that. Okay. John, welcome to the show, buddy boy. John can see 5 likes. All right, okay. I'll shut my face. I can't see any likes on this side, but if you guys are seeing likes, I'm happy with that. Good to see each and every one of you. Thank you very much for being here. Now, Amanda has been trying to get on too, but for some reason, and I don't know why, I genuinely don't know why, Amanda can't seem to be able to get onto the show. I don't know. Now, it could well be because I've noticed that the company that I use, StreamYard, have changed. They've changed things, which is like weird. I don't know what the dealio is. Anyway, so just to give you a bit of a heads up, I've got John on. I want to see if I can actually send a link to John in a bit. See if we can get him on the show, and we'll talk to you about some of the plans that we've got. Now, let me start off by saying, all of you guys know, any of you who live in the southwest of the UK will know that I now, my family and I have a beautiful inn, 16th century inn. John's been in it, in just right by the ocean at Morgan Porth, which is literally 5 minutes from UK Airport. And we're going to be doing some paranormal investigation nights there. Okay, so when you are ready, basically we'll be opening the doors to people who want to come on paranormal nights. Now, it's a 16th century inn, and there is an amazing amount of activity there already, and that's just during the day. Johanna had her hood pulled. I've seen people walking past. People get their shoulders felt. The odd person gets a push. We've heard talking. The girls heard, well, they thought they heard Johanna calling them the other night, but Johanna wasn't even in the building. So we got mimicking going on. Oh, it's all amazing stuff. Algorithms, says Chris. Good evening, Paul. Glad that you have this podcast. Thank you very much and welcome to the show. Don't forget, it's really important you guys share the show. It's important you share the show. All right. We have to get it out and about, and we have to get it under scrutiny for all of those people who would be interested in. Vanessa, welcome to the show. Good to see you all, y'all. Now, you all know how the show works. Once I've opened up into ready to work, put your energy out there, and the best the energy is talking to your friends and family yourselves, and then they can use me to kind of come through, so to speak. But the best way to get that energy going is to ask questions. Simple as that. To ask questions. Sorry, I thought the cards and I were about to fall off the table. Ask questions. Simply ask questions, and that starts to build energy, and that energy then is usable for your spirit family to try and help come through to me. But in the meantime, just get on with what is coming up in the near future. Right. We are at the other side of the Easter holidays, and I did promise you we will be doing a seminars, but those seminars will only be um those seminars will only be um for people who are registered in both YouTube and Patreon. Okay, so if you're not registered on my Patreon site, then you won't get an opportunity to be able to see to be a part of the show. So you need to be registered on subscribe to YouTube. I need to subscribe to the Patreon channel. Lynn has just put me off there. Is there any way you could alter your picture? No, not while I'm working. What was I going to do? That's thrown me. Oh yeah, banners. So if you haven't registered, you can go across and register on the Patreon channel right there. And don't forget to leave. You can leave messages and you can leave information on in the show tonight. So I'll be able to get. There's not actually a lot. There's no light in this room at all. It's all behind me. The light is behind me. So it could be something to do with. See, they've changed things. You see, so I'm not sure what they've done. But I'm just going to have a look. No, they haven't got an overlay on. See, sometimes they do a thing called an overlay. Background. So if I change, let's have a look if I could change the background. Nope, they won't let me do that either. No, no, I can't do anything about it. Sorry, guys. So, well, not while the show is working, according to these guys. Nope. Sorry. It has to be as it is. So I'll just have to come closer. I'll turn the light on over here. Maybe that'll help. Hang on. There we go. Don't know if that's helped or not, but there we go. So keep moist. Right, so maybe that's helped a wee bit. I don't know, but this is weird. I can see that there's the picture behind me seems to be in front of me, which I thought might be they call an overlay, but there are no overlays, so can't be that. Nothing I can do about it right now. It just has to be as it has to be. So this is an overlay. Nope, won't let me do. Hey, listen, just got to go with what we got because it won't let me do anything other than what we've got. So where are we? Vanessa, I've got that there. Just like sun and you know, I'm in a room and there's behind me there's Venetian blinds, and so. Paul, last night I was getting ready for bed and someone was calling my name and no one in the house but me. All right. Okay. So did you respond? The best thing to do is respond. So just respond. If somebody does call upon you, respond to them. So that's the best way to do it. Just respond, and don't be afraid to ask. You know, there's basically, don't be afraid to just ask who it is that's there and tell them to give you sort of ideas. Maybe tap on a particular picture where they're in or something along those lines. Yeah. You said, "Hi, Dad." Well, hey, if he's responding onto that, then that proves everything I tell you guys, that you don't need me. And I've said that over and over and over, so many times. Let me just go into settings here. Virtual background. Let's click on none. Click on blur. And see what happens. See if that helps a wee bit. It doesn't seem to help a bit, but I'm trying what I can, and they've changed the whole concept on how things are, and it's just trying to get used to it. It's not the same as it was before. So, oh, you do need me, bless you, Jules. That's so kind of you to say. I mean, what I mean when I say you don't need me, I mean by that, I mean you don't need me to talk to them. If you listen out and you learn how to hear them, you'll hear them. I mean, I always say go to a medium to get verification, really. But when I go to spirit, when it's my turn to go home, I'd probably want to just talk to my family direct, to be honest with you. Knowing my family, they won't bloody listen, but hey, you got to do your best. So before we lose a whole pile, we're already 15, nearly 15 minutes in. You can start with questions, and then we'll get the things going. It's picture quality. I think there's a lot of light and dark bars. Yeah, I don't know what it is today, John. It seems to be the picture that's supposed to be behind me seems to be in front of me. Because if I put my hand up, you can actually see the picture. So something has changed in the whole sort of concept. Something has changed, and I don't know what. I'm trying everything I can, as you can see. Look, um, something has changed. So that's like just completely different than what it was before. It was dead easy. You just set up and you just got things going, and everything was tickety boo. Um, and I'm trying to get rid of um I'm trying to get rid of the thing behind me, but it's just, it's just bugging. I can't figure it out. They've changed everything quite recently, so don't know. Onwards and upwards, onwards and upwards. No overlays on, so there's not. It should be behind me, not in front of me. I go right down to the bottom. The background is it's just telling me that the background is as it is. Anyway, onwards and upwards, guys. Onwards and upwards. Let's deal with things as they are tonight. So, Gremlins. It's like 3D. It is. See, the picture behind me is actually me. If I come out of the way, that's actually me. It's supposed to be virtual. It's called a virtual background, not a virtual front ground. So it's supposed to be behind me. Um, I don't think it's Gremlins, John. I think they've changed everything. And apparently, I can add new things, and I can do this and I can do that, and a load of hooey. But the whole idea of it is just, I need to sit down. But they've changed. I'm thinking of changing companies. To be absolutely honest with you, it's how it's meant to be, says our Vanessa. Thank you so darn. As long as you're here, Paul, it's okay. Oh, bless you, Denise. Um, when we pass over, how do we speak? Okay, we'll read that again. When we pass over, how do we speak to each other in the spirit realm? Is it thought? Is it through thought process? I my I don't know is the correct answer. However, when people talk to me, they talk to me. Okay, I hear it audibly. I hear it. I hear it like that. But I also hear a voice inside my head. So it's kind of like hearing when you're singing to yourself, but you're not using your mouth and your head. It's kind of that same sound, but in voice form. So, do we need audio? I mean, do we need vocal cords in spirit? I don't think so. But when we're here, we're hearing it through a physical concept. So we're hearing it as you and I communicate. So that is a good question, actually. Um, I've never actually. I think that's the first time anybody's ever asked me how do we communicate to each other in spirit. Um, Now you see the two time no, actually the 3 times I've gone upstairs, they spoke to me. It was audio. Yeah. So I remember when they were touching me, it was physical. They were actually touching me. I could feel it. And then the whoever it was, and it was a lady's voice, a very genteel lady, and she said, "Paul, it's time to go back." And I said, "I don't want to go back." And they said, "No, you have to go back." And I said, "No, I don't." And I started arguing with them in spirit, and this is hand over my heart, truth. And they said, "You no, you need to go back." And I said, "I don't want to go back, and I know you can't make me to go back." And then they said, "Paul, you have work to do." And then she just went boop like that, like boop, and I went down, went back down. See, I remember going up, and I remember coming down again. But when they were talking to me, it was audible, so I could hear them, and I could feel them touching me. So interesting now. It's a StreamYard issue. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right on, Christopher. I always wonder what age. Okay, always wondered what age we are all when we meet over there. Well, you see, that's the thing, Jules. There are 7 levels. Okay, 7. Doop, 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 doop. And you come in as a new soul. You can always tell a new soul. A new soul is somebody who's um they're very self-centered. They're very, you know, focused on themselves. Hi, Davy Jones, and hi, Carol. Good to see both of y'all. Thanks for being here. Guys, don't forget, it's important. Like the show. Really important. Really important. Like the show and share the show because that's the only way we'll stay here. All right. Hey, Christine. Good to see you. So the 7 levels. Davey, of course you can ask a question, but just give me a second. I'm dealing with a question right now. So there's 7 levels, and you can always tell a new soul because they don't really have an idea of the world. They don't have a concept of the world. They don't kind of like, they're very selfish. They're very me, 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 me. And they're very sort of disoriented in relation to how other people feel. Selfish and condescending and those kind of traits about them. And it's really, that's kind of really a new soul, you know? Anyway, so they come in and they'll only have spent a year or however long they're here on the earth plane, but they'll been there, you know, if they stay here like 7, 17, 70 years, that'll be the age when they go into the other side of life, and they'll have had 70 years of experience. And then they come back in, and if they have learned all the lessons in the first level, if they haven't, they'll come back in the first level again, and they'll keep coming back in the first level until they get all of the lessons and progress up onto the next level. And they could come into the next level for 10 times, and then they go up to level 3, and they could be in there 50 times, and then up to level 4, they could be in there 100 times, and so on and so forth, until they get to the top level. And when they get to the top level, they have an opportunity to become a guide, and hence the name guides. And guides are people who have had hundreds of years of experience. So hence the name guide. So realistically speaking, you can be 1 years to hundreds of years old is the answer to that question. But that's really great question. And thank you for that. Do our parents in spirit know when we are going to pass? I'm going to say yes, Vanessa. I'm going to say, you know, they have a good idea when you're going to be coming home. Okay. And they're prepared for you coming home, and they're prepared for anybody in your family. I had to chat with a person who lost a baby today. And they were asking, is, you know, what happens with the baby? Does it, you know, does it go, where does it go when it passes? And I said, it goes straight to your family, straight there, straight to your family immediately. They're there, and they know they're ready to receive the baby's soul. When I was in spirit, when I was being taken to this place, I remember walking along this kind of big wide corridor, and it was quite wide. And one side of the corridor was kind of arches like this here, but there was no windows, just arches. And the left hand side was kind of like you might call it like a castle, very like Hogwarts, very like that. Anyway, so we were walking along, and my mom was with me, and she was walking me, and she kind of wouldn't engage with me, and I was like, oh my god, mom, and she was like not engaged. She's just going, yeah, we need to go this way, we need to go. And she was walking me along, and then there was kind of an alcove on the left, and I looked over, and there was loads and loads and loads of children, young children of different ages, as I could see visually. Imagine a primary school play yard. Okay, imagine that. So when at break time, when all the kids come out to play, and it's all way, and they're all playing games and they're all chatting, it was like that. Okay, and there was a couple of people with them, and I was looking over, and I seen all the kids, and they were all playing, and Mum was sort of edging me along, and I was looking, and I remember thinking to myself, no, I know those people, the taller people. And I looked at them and I was going, I know them. And she kept edging me anyway. So I walked forward. I kept going forward. And there was kind of like a big step. I mean, a step where you'd have to push yourself up onto. But there was a man standing on it, and he was all in these robes. He had kind of longish hair, a beard, a full beard. But the robes kind of, they hung over him. And I didn't feel fear with him. I just was like, okay, what's going on here? And Mom just spoke to the guy, and she said, "Hey, this is the one. This is the one I told you about." And I'm like looking at Mom, looking at him, and he goes, and then he smiles, kind of like smiled, with his eyes. He's like, look at anyone like that, come with me. So, and Mom said, go with him. And she was like, it was like she was taking me to the doctors, that kind of a feel. It wasn't like, oh, hey, let's go play. It was like, right, go do what he tells you. So he walked me around this corner, and there was these, like, it looked like cathedral doors. They come from a point down like that, and the two doors opened like this, and we walked through, and it was like I was walking into like a misty kind of light, and I hear. I remember walking in, and then next thing I'm walking back out again with him, and he turned to me and he said, "You'll be allowed to remember when you need to remember." And I'm like, okay. And he said, "You'll be allowed to remember when you need to remember." And then he walked me back around the corner. My mom was there waiting, but this time she was different. This time she was like full of glee, full of joy, full of happiness, and she gripped into my arm like that. She's like, "Oh." And he smiled, and he said something to her, but I didn't hear what it was, but it was whatever it was very joyous. And she hugged me, and she gripped my arm tight, like, and she pulled me in, like, like I hadn't seen her for a long time, that feel. And she said to me, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, thanks, Mom, thank you. And we were walking along, and she said, you're going to be great, you're going to be great. And we were walking along, and this time the alcove was on my right. So I looked over again. There was all these kids getting all playing and everything. I mean, just joy. I mean, joy like you can only imagine. When you see a school playground and the kids are all just so happy, it's like that. But again, I saw these two people, and I was like, oh my God, I know those people. And we just walked past the alcove, and Mom said to me, they are who you think they are. And I said, really? She said, yeah, it's all great here. And that was it. And the two people I saw was Jesus and Mary. And they were playing with the kids. And it was so, I mean, I cannot tell you how joyous it was. So all of these little baby souls, all these little children, they were just in absolute and utter happiness. I mean, wow, happiness. I mean, when those kind of the day after you get summer break, and you don't have to go to school anymore, that level of happiness. and and Jesus was there, and he was playing with the kids, and he had them bouncing on his knee, and he was playing with them. And Mary was there as well, but it wasn't Mary, his mom. It was Mary Magdalene. Mary, and from if you read into all of the stuff about Christ and all of the on the backgrounds, and Mary Magdalene was never a prostitute. She was actually his spouse. So, but anyway, irrespective, I'm not going to try and force my beliefs system on anybody. But it was, oh, I mean, I can't tell you how happy it was. So, mom walked me right back to the entrance of this beautiful building, and she said, "You are going to be great, and you are going to help people." And I said, "Okay." And then and then I came back. But it was really important that they said the world will be fine. And I said, "Really? The world's going to be okay?" So they went, "The world will be fine." Because one of my questions was, is the world going to be okay for my children and my grandchildren and my great grandchildren and so on and so forth? And I was really worried, is the world going to implode on itself? Is it going to wreck itself? And they went, "The world will be fine." I was like, okay. So I didn't question that. So I don't know if that answers any of your questions or not, but that happened. That's real. Let's have a look. I hope I said hi to Christine Allison. If I haven't, Christine, welcome to the show. David says, "I had a big fight today and police was involved. What do you see happening next?" I have no idea. Um, it was real intense when he included my dad in it. I'm David. That's David. Okay, it's kind of like you want the spirit world to live your life for you. That will never happen. Never happen. David, you're here. You're here to learn. Imagine life. Not imagine life. This life we're in right now. This life that we're in right now. This is university. This is college. This is school. So you're here learning lessons. So each event that you're involved in, you're learning lessons. Okay. But equally, whatever you give off as energy, you attract as energy. So if you give off negative energy, if you give off fighting, if you give off anger, if you give off unsettled energy, then that's what you're attracting. That's what you're bringing to you. The law of attraction states that on its own. So what you give off, you attract. So you have to change your mindset. But I know you asked me questions: is what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? If the police are involved, probably a charge. You know, but what are you doing? That's bringing you into that level of life. If you are look, if I say to you, lean against that wall, and you lean against the wall, and you go, "Oh, this wall's roasting hot." I go, "Lean against it." You go, "No." I said, "Why?" "Because it's too damn hot." Exactly. Don't lean on it then. So if you don't want to get into trouble, especially with police, don't do it. Right? Don't do it. Go the opposite way. You're going to what takes you away from the light instead of what takes you to the light. All right? What is it that brings you to happiness? What brings you to contentment, safety, honesty, and a betterment of life? Go that direction, because you seem hell bent on going the opposite. Change your mind. That's the only way you're going to sit in front of me and have a peaceful mind, heart, and soul. Okay? That's the only way it's going to happen. Guy walks into the doctor. He says to the doctor, "It hurts when I put my arm in the air." The doctor says, "Don't do it then." It's that simple. But wherever your mindset is taking you, you're attracting this to you. So change your mindset. Then he says, "My dad was 92. I was going home, and he said, 'I'm so tired.' And he passed the next day." Did he know? Yes. Yeah, I've so many times, Denise, that Denise, who's Lou or Lawrence, or who's the L? Lawrence, Lou, Louis, who's the L name? Anyway, I'll answer your question while I'm giving you a question. Um, there's a thing called nesting, and most of the ladies in the room tonight will understand. People watching the show later on will understand what the word nesting is. Like for an example, when a lady is pregnant, she has a period during that pregnancy called nesting, when she starts getting everything prepped for the baby to come along. Well, it's my understanding after 35 years of doing this job that the soul has kind of an indication as to when it's going to go home. So, but so does our friends and family, and they start coming around. And the reason our friends and family come around to us is to try and take away the fear of letting go of the physical, so we can go happily to the metaphysical, okay, or to spirit. I would say he would have been aware and unafraid, darling. It's okay. I'm always telling my boys and my grandchildren how proud I am. Yes, that's kind of like what I say: communicate, appreciate, and validate. Um, I tell my daughters all the time, I'm proud of you. I'm very, very proud of your achievements. I'm very proud of the person you're becoming. Okay, keep it up. But I'm equally um sort of like, hey, that wasn't a good decision, was it? What made you, oh, I don't know. Well, think about it. What made you think that that was a good choice? And I say to Maya, and I say to the other kids, I say, make good choices, because your choices give you, like I'm saying to Davy, your choices give off an energy, okay, and that energy attracts more of what it is you're giving off. So make good choices. There's a strong L here, like a Louis, Lawrence, Lucy. There's an L here, Denise. Can you come back to me on that one, darling? Julia, my mom passed at 39. All he wanted was to be with her. Wow. I can understand that because my dad was the same. Where are we? Hope so. Having same thought. I'll start it again. Hope so, says Julia Evans. Have same thought, Paul, about the world and family. Davy Jones, this guy was harassing me for a while and threatening me, and you could turn around and go, hey, whatever, and walk away. You still have that choice. You have the choice, Davy. Nobody forces you into conflict. You choose conflict. That's my brother-in-law. He passed a month after my dad. Right. Okay. Well, that name is coming through for you, my darling. All right. Sorry for the typos. Never be sorry. His name is Larry. Yeah, that energy is around today. So, but I'm seeing my white flower. And when they give me the white flower, that means that there's a birthday or an anniversary in and around this time they want me to acknowledge, or an anniversary about to come to us that they want me to talk about. They're telling me to talk about June, or the 6th of a month is significant here, Denise. And whoever is in your family, whether it's yourself or someone directly connected to you, they're saying stop being the soldier, go and take care of the medical. So somebody is either trying to, work their way through an injury, or work their way through an illness or a pain or whatever. They're saying, don't be the soldier. Go and see the professional. Go see the doctor or the dentist, whatever it is that they're trying to do. Stop being the soldier. Just go and see the right people. Denise, I don't know whether you're planning on going on a holiday, but they're showing me passports here. So they're acknowledging either the you discussing a holiday or a vacation, but they're trying to encourage that. They're trying to say, yes, 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 do that. It's important. I'm seeing turquoise seas here, so wherever it is warm. Okay. Um, Either they want me to acknowledge somebody here who's the fisherman, or they want to talk about the fisherman, because they're showing me fishing tackle, rods and reels, and somebody who would have got great joy in sitting in the peace and quiet and the tranquility of fishing. So they're acknowledging fishing as being significant. They're also showing me now a cross. Okay, so they want me to talk about somebody who would have been fairly, shall we say, religious in a very kind of, took it seriously way. Um, Christmas is something that, I mean, there's information coming flying in now. So they're telling me to talk about December or Christmas as being significant here. Well, Denise, if you're saying you're not well enough to go, they're kind of encouraging you to get to the like the ocean, to get to a place where you can just chill out and lay back and allow the signs of the ocean um to lap over you, so to speak. Hey, Matt, can I have a message from my friend Nikki in spirit too? Well, you can put it out there, and if she comes through to me or he comes through to me, I will definitely share it with you. But I can't order them to talk to me. Okay. When I say when people, you know, I mean, oh, I've had this for 35 years. I want to talk to that person. Any medium that tells you they can do that is lying to you, right? We have no control over who comes through. Nobody. Like Denise, Denise, I was kind of hoping Denise's dad would come through, but no, Denise's dad's friend Larry just came through, but he is able to link in with me tonight, so he's able to pass down information. He's showing me the four of diamonds, Denise, which means to me he wants me to acknowledge four people or four children. Okay, so when I see the diamonds, it means members of the family, and he's showing me four. Four diamonds means to me four people he wants me to acknowledge. Somebody that's with him, or either he's talking about himself, had a boom, 1, 2, 3 crossing. So they're here 1 minute, they're there the next. So it was like an aneurysm, bam, or a massive heart attack, or something that takes them like boom. They're acknowledging that. Um, they want me to shout, or I'm hearing a name in the background being shouted, like Bill, Billy, William. That kind of a name is being shouted, Bill, Billy, or William, but Billy being short for William. Okay. It's important that you understand that they've got their humor back. All right. Their humor. And I said, is everything okay? When I'm talking to them, is everything okay? Are they okay? And they went, it's all right. You know, it's okay. It's all right. You know, rather than going, oh my God, it's brilliant here. No, they're like, oh, yeah, you know, it's okay. It's okay. And but that would have been praise from this person. They can't believe that it's, you know, I think their preconception of heaven was like a cloud on a harp and some grapes. No, they call it the next life for a reason. It's a life, okay? They have to get on with living. They have things to do. They have chores and jobs to do. It's not monetarily driven like ours here is monetarily driven. There's spiritual or development of spirit, okay? But that includes their helping and working with us too. So, Denise, they really, really want you to be kind of like on the beach in front of the sun and allowing that, because they're telling me that this is going to help you. It's going to help you dramatically. Okay. Matt Wood says, hi guys. Murray Clark says, yay, caught live before the end of the show. Hey Marie, welcome to the show. And you're calling us from Florida, which is making me jealous because Florida is one of my favorite places to be on earth. I love Florida. Good to see you, and welcome to the show. Um, Denise, before I finish off, they want me to acknowledge somebody that's either has to walk with a cane or walk with a walking stick or a crutch or something, but they're telling me to acknowledge stress or issues with the knee joint or the lower leg. They want me to acknowledge that. And it's important to be doing the right things with that. But show me roses, Denise, which means they want me to pass their love down. That's what that means, okay? Oh, with that love is coming shamrock. So look out for the good luck. There's good luck about to be bestowed upon yourself and your family. There's something that's coming in that has a lot of positive energy and a lot of luck, good luck for it. But I'm being told to tell you, and I'm getting this like that. When the good thing comes. Don't be looking for the bad. You know, you've got a habit of going, if something good happens, then there's got to be something bad coming behind it. No, we are bestowed upon with good luck because we deserve it. You need to understand that you deserve the good things that are going to be happening with you. All right. Um, Also, there is either a pregnancy coming in to the family, or they want me to acknowledge a baby being born. Okay. Larry knew you as well. God, good. Now, is there anybody in the room tonight got connections to Alaska or Canada? I know this is very unique, but really, really Northern America, Alaska or Canada. I'm getting pulled up that in that direction. So, can somebody jump in and help me out with that? Excuse me while I drink a very well-known, shall we say, energy drink, which um, I can't advertise because I'm not. They're not paying me to advertise for them. So, but I was getting a bit dry around the gills just then. John Boy, yep, both. He says they're pulling me right up there, John. Um, if I'm with you, my friend, be open to a new. I don't know what this means, mate. I'm just going to give you the information. You put it into your vernacular how it fits for you. Okay, so I'm not going to force. And I'm not going to force a piece into the jigsaw puzzle. I'm just going to give you the information, and you put the piece in where you think it's right place. They're telling me to say there's a new walker with you. I have no clue what that means. That it doesn't fit into my how I work. I don't know what that means. But there's a new walker with you, whatever that means, okay? And I'm also seeing a I'm seeing a particular killer whale. Okay. Now the killer whales have been given they're just given a bad rep. They're not killers. Okay. Every single whale out there has to eat to stay alive. And killer whales are just called because they herd and they're very intelligent. But I'm being shown a killer whale, mate. Oddly enough, that's one of my spirit animals. Okay. Um, but you have a new walker. That's all I keep getting it over and over in my head. And it feels to me it's either Native American or something along those lines. Okay. Um, I know John. See, it's difficult because John and I are speaking a lot at the minute. We're planning shows, as I mentioned on my show before. We're planning stage shows, and Celtic Spirit as being the what we're talking about putting together a tour for. But we will be doing touring around the southwest. We will be touring a little bit further up, Wales, hopefully across to Ireland as well. I don't see any reason why we won't be in Ireland, to be absolutely honest with you. But with Celtic Spirit being the show. Um, See, here's the thing. I know you say you don't know about the whale. I don't. Again, this is what John and I. This is how John and I are going to be really, really good on stage together because we work in completely two different ways. If you can imagine black and white, yin and yang, that's John and I. Um, I work in a specific frame, and John works in a specific frame, and what works for him is brilliant because he's brilliant, and works for what works for me works for me. And there are very, very few people I would ever share the stage with. Very few. I mean, in fact, literally maybe a handful of people I would even consider sharing the stage with. Um, and John is one of those for definite. Um, but the whale, I would look upon that John as a spirit guide, okay, as an animal spirit guide and look into that. You may find that there's something that's been happening around you lately, and you go, "Oh my God, yeah, that makes sense." So look upon it that way. But I keep seeing this beautiful killer whale breaching. The fin coming up and out of the water, and it goes up and down, and it swims along, and it comes up and down, like it's traveling. So I think the concept here is travel. This and just put that all together. When you're doing some research later, put that all together. It's not breaching, it's not jumping up, it's not attacking, it's just traveling, and it comes up and down like that. Okay, I don't know if I'm breaking away from John here, but there's somebody with the name Ivan or Isaac. Ivan, Isaac, that name, it's being shouted to me, or I'm getting that name being brought to me right now. Um, there's a March, January, February, March, April. There's either a March connection, or the 4th of March is significant, or the number 4 is significant here. There's an Ivan, Isaac, that kind of a name here, guys. So jump in. Yeah, please check that out, mate. That'd be really interesting to discuss. Right, so jumping right back to the start. Well, somebody in the room who's got the name or connection to Ivan or Isaac, come back to me as soon as you can. But while you're doing that, I'm going to talk about the, my inn. I've got a place called the Traveller's Rest Inn. It was built in the 16th century, and it is, John will tell you, it is teeming with spirit, and we are going to be doing investigations there on a regular basis. So if you want to be a part of those, you need to register by emailing me, and I'll put that email across the bottom now. Give me 1 second. You need to email me on this email address to be recognized as being part of the show, or coming to be a guest at the event. I have Isaac on the 4th of March. Can you tell me more about that, Lynn? Who's Isaac on the 4th of March? I know the Mark. Oh, right. Okay. Mark is Lynn's son. I know that. This is what happens when you get to know people too much. However, they know on the other side that when I'm doing reads for people here, they need to give me stuff that I couldn't possibly know. Okay. But they're telling me there's a Mark in spirit, or a connection to the name Mark in spirit they want me to acknowledge. Okay. If this is Isaac for you, Lynn, I know Mark here is your son, but they're telling me to talk about a Mark connection up there as well. Okay. And somebody crosses over with a very unique illness, like an old illness. It's kind of like an illness that today would be curable, but in times gone by, say 20, 30 years ago, it was like, if you caught this illness, there's a good chance it may take you to the other side of life. Well, they are telling me that they cross with a connection to an old illness, like leukemia, for an example. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, leukemia, if you had got that, you were kind of given your cards, whereas today it's curable. So something along those lines is being shouted at me. Ivan is the doctor that tried to save my mom. Okay. I have 2 cousins from Canada. I received a walker to help me from falling when I walk long distances. There are brothers who have passed. Her brother is Roy, and had a native. It was a Native American with long dark hair. Okay, thank you, Chris. The orca symbology is interesting, my friend, and will fill you in when I see you. It's too much to type. That's good, because John, I don't know. I don't. I would never force anything upon you, as you know, as we're very, very good friends. But I see you with a symbol of the orca around your neck. Okay, like on a chain, like imagine something like that around your neck with the symbol of the orca here. These are focus beads or prayer beads that I use when I'm working. Okay, but I see like a symbol of the orc around your neck. Isaac is in the family, and the 4th of March is the birthday anniversary. Isaac is only 3 years old, still alive though. Lynn, you've been watching my shows for many, many years. When I have a name, don't automatically assume that person's crossed. Who they are, who they're with, please say hello to. Um, okay, Lynn. I have a lady who's stepping forward who's not claiming to be um, she's not claiming to be family, but she's claiming to have connected with you in a metaphysical way. In other words, um, did you try to resuscitate somebody? Because there's something where you were trying to help them, but they had crossed, they had already gone. So there's something here about it was there was no way on this earth you were going to be able to bring this person back, but there's somebody claiming that you either tried to resuscitate them or you try to help them by bringing them back, but there's something about that. This person crosses, you did your best to try and bring it back, but it was never going to happen because they kind of like I hate things like this, but this is what they're saying. They're saying I stamped my card. And it sounds to me like I'm being kind of frivolous about somebody's crossing. I'm not. Trust me, folks, I'm not. My card was stamped. That's the way she's saying it. Okay. Right, where are we time wise? Oh my gosh, 55 minutes in. Right. So, what we're going to be doing shortly is I have these big boys here to be able to share with you guys. And the good, I'm just going to pick one at random. This is a good card. I'm picking them at random. At least tonight, I'll be able to hold it the right way around. You can read it. So, yes, my neighbor who collapsed and died whilst putting out the bin. Oh, right. Okay. Well, she's stepping forward to let you know she's around. Um, I don't know whether somebody has moved into her house or some family members have moved into her house, but she's okay with it. That's important, right? Because there was talk about either somebody not being happy about being hit in her house, but she's fine. Was she a dancer as well then? Because she seems she's claiming to have more connections with you than just a friend, but she's definitely not family. She's not claiming a family connection, but she's claiming to have like if you guys were used to go to dances in the past or used to do something together, but she's claiming more than just your neighbor. And the name Rory, excuse me, I'm getting all my sinuses are getting all blocked up here for some reason. But the name Rory or Roy or Ronnie, that kind of a name is being shouted. I've actually seen Shamu, Christopher. I've actually seen Shamu twice. The the original Shamu, there's been about five, but I saw the original Shamu about 20 years ago. Loretta Lewis, hi, welcome to the show. Good to see you. When I was in SeaWorld, I was felt so close to the killer whales, like on a very higher level. Um, Amazing creatures, absolutely mind-blowingly amazing. If you ever watch there's a movie on one of these shows, Netflix or something, called Blackfish. I'll get you thinking. Right. Anyway, let's get on because where are we time wise? I've got about 15 minutes left. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a card read for everybody tonight. All righty. So as you can see, I shuffle the cards. I don't preordain the cards. Okay, card number one about to come out. Don't be doing anything. Don't be doing any choosing just yet. Alrighty. Robbie was her husband. Okay, gotcha. Well, that name is being shouted. Okay, just that name was being shouted because she wanted proof to prove who she was. That you might have told me in the past about her crossing. I think you probably did, but she wanted to prove it was her because she said a name that I couldn't possibly know. And I'm very, you will give me information and you will tell me it correctly. So I'm quite stern with them, okay, because they're living in a place of absolute peace and tranquility. Why would I need to be, oh, please give me that, God, no. You will do it how I want it and you will do it properly. Right, I have 3 cards already chosen here, okay? You saw me do it right in front of you guys, so we're going to do that. What we're going to do now is we're going to get somebody asked me earlier the night, and could they have a read from their guide or from their angels? Well, that's what we're about to do. My dad was Ronnie. He passed when I was 25. When I was 2. Oh, I don't understand what that is, Carol. He passed when I was 2.5 years. Is that 2.5 years old? Now, just because I'm saying that, Robbie, I'm saying Robbie was connected to Lynn. There's when I'm doing shows, when John and I will, I will see lines crossing the audience, and I will just see a line crossed like that. And when I'm dealing with somebody saying the top left hand side of the theater, I will say, I want you to hold on for a second, and I'll go to the person at the other end of the line, and I'll go, can you connect with that? And they're going to go, yeah, because the line means me too. That's what it means, a me too line. In other words, information for that reader can also be accepted by a reader down here. And it's very, very often they will come through together because the communal spirit is very, very big on the other side of life. Okay, they don't carry across their anger or pain or stupidity or there's definitely no greed and there's definitely no selfishness. So they will go, oh, listen, I've got him, you come on through too, and you say this and that sounds like that, and there'll be a me too. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I want you all to listen to me. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to the media and I'm going to be increasing the sound of the music. I'm doing that right now, which is called Soul of the Ocean. Now, what I want you to do, close your eyes. I imagine you're sitting on an amazingly beautiful, sugar beach. The water's turquoise. The sun is the perfect temperature. There are palm trees behind you, just gently rustling in the breeze. Just let the music wash over you and pull away any stress, any worries, hopes and dreams. Let it go. Allow this to wash over you. Every time a wave of energy comes over you, let it flow. So Matt, pay attention. This is what we're doing right now. So close your eyes and listen. Let this music just waft over you like a huge quilt. And as it falls back away from you, pulling away all the worries, the stresses, the aches, the pain. With every wave in, as it goes out, just let go and fall deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed. Feeling that warmth of the sun, the freshness of the breeze. Letting go. Perfect vacation. No stress, no worries. You'll begin to feel, hear, see. Number will be 1, 2, 3, or a combination of all. When you're ready, feel drawn to the number. Don't try and guess it. Be drawn to it. Let it engulf you. Like you feel the number. And then just let me know on the screen. So we got Julia saying 2, Carol saying 3. As you feel it, just let us know. So Julia, Matt, waiting for Matt to come back to me. So Julia wants 1, Denise 2, Carol 3, Loretta is going for 2, Marie Clark is going for 3, then is going for 2, and Christine is going for number 1. Thank you for those who are sending me messages saying that music is beautiful. Thank you very much. I wrote that, crikey, 2 years ago. And it's planned to be coming out on an album. God knows when that album's going to come out, so don't try and hold me to a date. Right, so let's get started. Those of you who chose number 1, okay, the card and the message from the angels is take action. Now, when it says take action, the time has come for you to take action. Your angels are waiting for you to take the next step so they can assist you along the path of your dreams. Do away with your procrastination and uncertainty, and your heart will know. Whether you're focused upon your career, relationships, or some other topic, the fulfillment in your wishes isn't going to just fall into your lap. You must be active to draw the energy onto it. So take action. Get on the horse, get on with it. Thank you so much, Denise. Now, if you chose number 2, then the message is don't stop. Okay? This is not the time for you to give up. Continue to move in the direction of your hopes, dreams, and plans. You're on the right path, and you should see the progress as you're going along on this course. It is very important that you stand your ground and believe in yourself. Okay? Don't let others intimidate you into quitting. Just because they don't have the same vision as you doesn't mean you have to follow them. Follow your heart. Okay? And finally, if you add number 3 today, then the message from the angels is ask for help from others. Okay? The message is it's not necessary, I beg your pardon, to do everything on your own. Your angels are asking you to reach out to those who want to assist you. By allowing others to lend a hand, you greatly increase your chances of success, and your plans will begin to move forward in the direction that you want. To help you receive may also include important information provided. Basically, if you want to move forward, include information so that people know what you want, know what you're dealing with, and know where you need to go, so they can help you out. The stress of doing too much can create both positive and negatives. So allow people to help you. Just say, hey, I can't do this on my own. Please, please, please help me. Surround yourself with loving friends and family who are willing and able to lighten your load, and you'll begin to feel so much better. I couldn't agree with that anymore. Perfect. Where are we time-wise? I've got about 6-7 minutes left. So if you want to ask some more questions or you want to discuss those cards, I'm more than happy to talk with you. I can resonate with 3, says Carol. Good, good. People love to help people. And if you turn to somebody and you say, I could really do with some help, people love helping people. Pauline, hi, welcome to the show, my darling. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, darling. Card number 2 is beautiful, says Lynn. Thank you so very, very much. You know, one of the things that I've always said to people is that you're here right now. You are here, right now. Live life. Okay? Live life. Okay? It's important to acknowledge every single second, every single minute, every single hour of every single day. Okay? If you acknowledge those and you understand, you will get the best out of life. Okay? It's important to live now, because when the time comes for you to go home and you're looking back at your path, it's important to sit back and go, I did my best. I did everything I wanted to do. I hit all my achievements and my goals. And in hitting your achievements and your goals, or even going after your goals, you actually allow people who are close to you to go, oh, it was all right. He did it. I want to do that. I want to do that. I don't want to do exactly that, but I want to get off my butt and make it happen. So it's important to live life every single day and don't waste it. It's better to sit back at a later time in life and remember the great memories you achieved. And I always say, you want to honor those who've lost. Be the best you while you're here. Honor them by being the best you can be, so they can be proud. Say yes. When it is time to go back into their arms and bosom, you know you've done everything you could to have a great life, to teach and help others. Sue O'Connor, welcome to the show. First time here. Very, very welcome. You have come in at 111 minutes into the show, but you're welcome nonetheless. Thank you very much for being here, and please say hi to everybody else. Please say hi to Sue O'Connor. Good Irish name, by the way. Christine says, very, very true, Paul. Thank you very much, Christine. Thank you for agreeing with me. I very often will find myself thinking about what my dad would think or what my mom might think. in a decision making process. But remember, what might have been good for them may not work for me. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong or they're wrong. It just means, you know, we've got two different paths, two different lives, or three different lives. I'm talking about mom and dad. But my dad taught me to be focused. He taught me to be goal oriented, and he taught me to go after the best. Don't settle for second. And my mom taught me to have love for life, to acknowledge the great things in life, such as color, sound, feelings. Mom taught me all of that. My dad taught me to go after your goals, go after your dreams, make them happen. And both of them taught me that family is first. If you've got any questions, then please, please, please ask. I'm more than happy to try and help you. But it's equally important that if you've got any questions for your mom and dad, your brothers and sisters, husbands, wives, don't be afraid to put it to them, and just listen and be aware of the answer, because they will answer you. Not always audibly. Very, very rarely do they turn up and go, hey, because usually what will happen is if your mom, dad, brother, sister, husband, wife, cousin turns up in the middle of your living room, the likelihood of you joining them is very, very quick. So they won't ever just go boo like that. They'll talk to you subtly, in subtle ways, but they will connect with you. We have a few minutes left, my dear friends. If there's any questions you want to put to me, Sue, I would love for you to be a regular here on the show. I kind of got a feeling that I'm supposed to help you at some point. So please subscribe to the show. Just click the subscribe button below. And I will be back on several times. I do things, little pop-up shows. When I have time during the week, if I've got nothing on, I'll very often just hop on to YouTube and do a pop-up where you can talk to me straight away. And it is live and you will talk to me. Okay. Now, for those of you who are already members or subscribe to my YouTube channel and not yet subscribed to my Patreon channel, then go and connect over there now, because I will be doing seminars on my Patreon channel very shortly. The email address below, as you can see it, is my direct email. It will come directly to me, paul@paulfrancis111.com. That's for those of you who want to book a place in both the seminars and on the paranormal investigations that we're going to be doing at the inn. Go across to this address that's coming across the bottom right now, patreon.com/paulfrancis111, and make sure you sign up over there, because those of you who are signed up to both will get the opportunity to go on this free seminar that I'll be doing next week. Okay, if you're not on there, then you will not be on it. It is that simple. Okay, it's a free seminar. It's not going to cost you a penny. But get your butts over there, sign up to patreon.com/paulfrancis, and you can sign up for free. However, you will only get the periodic things that I do for everybody on my Patreon channel. If you're signed up to one of my tiers, and you can sign up from as little as £5 or $7 a month. And that's only the price of a cup of coffee, but you'll get a lot more. I do a lot of teaching on there. I do a lot of seminars. I do a lot of one-to-ones and group chats. So sign up on there and you will not miss out. Okay. The free seminar I'm doing next week is Meet Your Guides. Let's put it this way: at the Arthur Findlay College, that's a £350 seminar. I'm doing it for free. So get yourselves across there. If you've got any questions for me, guys, share them with me right now. I'm more than happy to answer them before we call it a night. More than happy to talk to you. We are coming close to the end of the show. Thank you so very much for being a part of my show. Remember, I always say those who got a read were the ones who were meant to get a read, but it doesn't mean that your family and friends are not with us tonight. They are. Okay, they will be with us. But they are gracious to help build the energy so that somebody else gets a message they need. Okay, think of it like that. They helped somebody from their side get a message to somebody here. But the messages all contain love, strength, and direction, which means that they're going to be sending exactly the same thing to you. I often see red roses. When I see red roses, it simply means they're passing their love down to you. Okay. If I see yellow roses, they want me to talk about your health. If I see a white lily, they want me to talk about a birthday and anniversary. If I see a green or a chakra colored rose, they want me to talk about an area of your body that might be being affected by some sort of stress, pressure, or illness. If I see a blue rose, they want me to talk about communication. So I do a lot of connections that way, and I call it psychic shorthand. Okay, rather than trying to tell me I need to talk to this person, they'll show me a blue rose and just say communication is important. It's a pleasure, Sue. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for taking the time out to be on our show tonight. I genuinely appreciate it. If you haven't already been to my website, it's just paulfrancis111.com. That's simple. So the address that you see going right across the bottom now, just imagine that, the .com at the end of it. That's it. So go on and we look on there. You might find stuff you might want to be connected to. And I'd be very, very happy to help you where I can. Now, coming up on the Patreon channel over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I will be doing mini seminars. So a half a dozen people will be able to come on there and spend their time with me on a one-to-one basis while I'll be doing direct private reads for those who are tiered levels. If you have a tier, if you're on one of the tiers, be it bronze, silver, gold, or platinum, you will be able to join me in a group session, and I will be doing reads directly for you on a one-to-one basis. Okay. Also, if you're a gold or platinum level, you will be able to have a group chat. So that means that you'll be able to pull in friends and family and have a group one, all of your own, as being part of that tier. Lots of great things, just being a member on that. If you think about it, to do a read with me now on an hourly basis is around about £90. Okay. If you think about that, signing up for £5 a month, well, that's only £60, and you get a read included in that. So you're already saving yourself £30, and you're going to get a read anyway. John says, catch you soon, mate. Laters to everybody. John, yeah, let's start getting dates and venues and into that and get things going that way. I will sort you guys out. I'm trying my best to do the very first paranormal investigation live, so you will be able to follow it directly live on YouTube. So that's going to be a cool one if we can make that happen. It's only for me to say it's important to take time out every day just for you. Switch your cell phone off, switch your mobile phone off, switch your house phone off, and just take time out. Start with 15 minutes of just uninterrupted peace. Just peace and quiet. 15 minutes. Make yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and just put your feet, kick your shoes off, and start with you giving yourself 15 minutes. And then grow that up to 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and give yourself an hour every day. Just for you, where nobody else can bother you. Okay? And just take that and trust me, it will bring you so much happiness. Right? Communicate, appreciate, and validate. What do I mean by that? Well, it means take time out every day to tell those who are important to you just how important they are to you. And tell them at every opportunity you get. Communicate, appreciate everybody in your life, and validate that by telling them every opportunity you get, so a medium never has to do it for you. And lastly, your friends and family don't need mediums to talk to you. They will be trying to talk to you. Just look out for how they're trying. It could be something as simple as a flower in a book, a song on the radio, the smell of cigar smoke, pipe smoke, or a beautiful scent that might have been connected to a mom, dad, husband, or wife. But they will be trying to talk to you. Look out for how they talk to you. Thank you for your love and your support. Thank you for your continued support. Please, 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 folks, I can't tell you how important it is to me please share the show. It's really important. Share it with your groups, your family, and your friends, and invite them. Come and join us every Tuesday night at 8:15 p.m. And until I see you again, take care of yourself. Because just imagine this world doesn't exist without you. Think about it. And until I see you again, look out for each other. Communicate, appreciate, and validate. Not just the loved ones in your life, but your friends and family. Take a time out to be with them too. All right. And if there's any questions, please feel free to email me. And I'll talk to you all soon. Now, God bless.